I just want to take a few moments and talk about the Acharya, Atsara, and Rishi confusions. So, well, what are these things? Well, Acharya is a title for a scholar, and it can be used in different ways in India. It's a Sanskrit term. Atsara is, from what I can understand, is a Tibetan corruption of the Sanskrit term Acharya, and it is used in certain instances in Nyingma, often in Nyingma, relating to Terma. And then there are Rishis. So we find Rishis. Rishi in Tibetan is drangsong. And this is also something we find used more often than not in relation to iconography. It's used within the Nyingma tradition. And where we first really see it, both in text and in art, is we see it with the Yutok Nyintik cycle of Tantra. And then we see it later on with depictions of the blue beryl coming out of the writings of the Desi Sangha Gyatso. Then we also have the term Rishi or drangsong coming out of the Mindra Ling tradition. And then we see it very sporadically in other Nyingma Terma traditions. So, within the earliest traditions where we have art that accompanies the term Rishi, it's with the four medical tantras and the Yutok Nyintik. And these Rishis are kind of the classic Indian Rishi. So we have a more of an elderly man, long hair, maybe grayish, often with a very young, beautiful wife, but those are other stories. So from the Yutok Nyintik, we could have 5 Rishis. Within the lineage of the medical four medical tantras, we have more than 5 Rishis in the early lineage. But the Rishis are simple in attire. It's almost like they're wearing just a one cotton, white cotton kind of robe, long hair, some piled on the crown of the head, and they have long white beards and mustaches, and then they can hold various objects like a vase or a mala, prayer beads. Now, where we have other forms of these Rishis represented in art, we don't use the word Rishi or drangsong, but we use the term dramse in Tibetan, which is a kind of, again, corruption of the Sanskrit word Brahmanarupa. So we have the Brahmanarupa Mahakala, and this also is mimicking a Brahman or a Rishi. Then we have some figures that can be confused for being Rishis, such as Tongtong Gyalpo, because of his elderly visage, appearing as an older person, long white hair, long white beard, and wearing very simple white robe. Then we have the Sage of Long Life, where he has the same appearance, similar appearance to Tongtong Gyalpo and these Rishis in general. So what we have is we have these terms: Acharya, Atsara, Brahman, Rishi. In some cases, Siddha, a Kushali, and a Yogi. We have all these terms, and they're all extremely similar. And the form of the figure are all similar in appearance. Now, as to some forms of Acharya or Atsara or drangsong appearing as protector deities, well, this again will be found within certain more minor revealed treasure traditions of the Nyingma, and they do not appear in art very often. They're not easily found in art. They're very specialized. So just a few words on this use of Acharya, Atsara, and drangsong or Rishi. So press the like button. You can subscribe. You can comment. You can also join HAR on Patreon.